Current stats in Texas show there are just under 30,000 children in foster care, so there's always a need for more people to help out and become foster parents.
Digital journalist Erica Hernandez and her husband became first-time parents to a foster child about a month ago. Erica is joining us now to talk more about how it's been going. Good morning, Erica.
Good morning.
First of all, thank you for sharing your experience. I know it's going to help a lot of people.
I hope so.
It's not easy to talk about.
Oh, no.
So let's start with how's parent life?
It's a lot harder than I expected.
It's hard work.
It is hard work, and you never think about it. You think of all the good times and the things you're planning and taking them places, but you don't think about those times that are a struggle and that are harder than you expect. And a child that has traumatic or neglectful experiences, it just brings another level.
How old is she? This isn't a baby.
No, she's a toddler. She's 3, and we can't reveal her identity because of she's still a foster kid. But she is amazing. I mean, she has had a rough life, but she is very smart. She is hilarious and a joy to be around, but she does have her moments where it gets really hard, and they call the first couple days or whatever the honeymoon phase. But
honeymoon's over.
It wasn't even 24 hours before it was over and the first tantrum was thrown. And I get it, toddlers throw tantrums, but these are at a whole other level. You know, they'll last sometimes hours, and you just have to just sit there and be patient, and it's very frustrating.
Let's talk about the length of the process to become licensed to become a foster parent.
Yeah, so it kind of depends on your own time. We started it actually last January, but then we had a few setbacks. My husband had a surgery in May, so we kind of stopped with the classes and then resumed them back in July. And we were officially licensed by October. There's a lot of classes, there's a lot of inspections that you're not told about at first, like fire inspection. You have at-home visits. It's a
lot of them are unannounced, right?
Yeah, a lot of them are unannounced, but that's once you get a child. Those are the unannounced visits with CPS and, of course, with your agency. And finding an agency, there's so many agencies, so you got to find one that works best with you. And we have a great group of ladies who help us from the San Antonio Foster and Adoption Services Agency, and they're amazing and always on call. So if I need something at 3 o'clock in the morning, I can call, and they will pick up and help.
All right, how long was the project? You said it was almost a year for you, but you had a couple of setbacks. So what's like the normal time frame?
It could be 3 to 6 months.
Okay,
it works on your schedule. Okay. It's not that long, and you know they really want people to do this and step up, and so they're trying to do it as fast, but also teach you everything you need to know with the process. So we were licensed by October, and by December we got our call.
We'll talk about some of the struggles you had to deal with in this time frame now.
There's so many things. So the day she was initially dropped off, we didn't know too much about her backstory. We were just getting little pieces of it. And with a child that's had so much trauma, you want to know their backstory so you can better understand what they're dealing with and can approach it the way it needs to be approached. But you start just getting little pieces of it from different parts of the system.
And your experiences is when you really find out.
Yeah, exactly. So after the first day, when she had her first huge blowout, and then it was like daily, nonstop, it was really like, oh my gosh, I would just sit there crying and trying to figure out, what are we doing wrong? Like, how
do I help her?
How do I help her? I just want her to be happy, and like we're giving her a loving home. She's the only child here. She has everything she needs, but the tantrums would get so bad, and we just kind of were like, so after that first week, we kind of got more of her story and really sat back and kind of reevaluated ourselves as well and how we were approaching it, how we were talking. We realized options work best for her. We'll give her options so she can decide what she wants to do.
So if there are people out there who are considering, you are encouraging people.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want, but it's hard. It's not easy.
Go into it with your eyes open. What tips do you have for them?
So I put 5 tips in the article. The first one is be prepared, because there is so many appointments, visits, random phone calls. Luckily here at KSAT, they've been really amazing and flexible, allowing me to leave for an appointment or come back and change my schedule up a little bit. Reach out to other foster parents. I found the best advice was just joining some foster parent groups from Bexar County on Facebook, and I would just ask a question and immediately would get answers from other foster parents. And nobody knows better than those who've experienced the same thing that you have. Staying organized, there's so much paperwork that has to be done, not only just weekly, but monthly, and you have to keep track of it all. A good relationship with your spouse is so important. You have to be a great team, and your relationship is so important. And if it's not working there, it's not going to translate with the child. And then just enjoy the ride. I mean, it slapped me in the face the first week as far as like the realities of it all, and it's not as easy.
The lack of sleep.
Exactly, because she has extreme sleep anxiety as well, so we're not sleeping at all. But it's so worth it when you see her smile, or the first time she goes up to hug us. Like, it was like, oh my God, she's coming along. Yeah, it's hard, but you see the reality that she is finally where she needs to be.
All right, thanks for sharing your very personal story, Erica.
I love
we wish you guys the best.
Thank you.
Good luck.